TAFOS. Figures are playing well. All the statistics say that we're ranking 7th in terms of solar and wind power energy. We rank 2nd in terms of installed capacity in 2019-2023, and over the last 8 years we have 46% RES production. How can we reach 80% now that we are finding ourselves at the core of this challenge? Thank you very much, first of all, for having me here. Thank you very much for your question. The first phase of the energy transition was all about engaging investment. The second phase of Energy Transition 2.0 is how we can reach 80% and ensure the stability and safety of the system. This is, of course, the great challenge ahead of us. We have already heard from the minister, the deputy minister will follow. So let me get down to the technicalities. In terms of the figures, well, it's all about the stability of the system. There are two sources of diversification, a seasonal diversification. If you look at the RES in Greece, we have double the electrical energy supplied, produced in summer versus winter. If you compare the figures year to date and year on year, there is a triple figure. We have a difference to the winter energy production we need to manage. Well, in terms of wind, we do not have the predictability at seasonal generation as in the solar power. On day-to-day demand, we have a great challenge ahead of us. If you look at the solar panels, they could produce 5 gigawatts on a midday level. And there were days that that was just 1.5, 12 gigawatt hours on a day. That was the worst day. And best day would be 40 gigawatt hours. This is not a problem that can be resolved by batteries. If you get 12 gigawatts, you cannot use a battery there. Wind has a different predictability, rather differentiated predictability. People in my job look at how we can get to 80%. We had a 4% utilization rate at some point. And there were days that wind was up to 20% utilization or more. This causes a stability crisis to the system that's not manageable, easily manageable. And on top of that, there is a demand that would break the ceiling during summer. And I'm not talking about midday consumption, even at night. At the lower point, consumption is higher than a mild winter maximum consumption. So the consumption profile has shifted as well. What are we going to do now? Well, this is where I'm getting to. There are actions that we're going to take. We need a differentiation, a geographical one, between solar and wind power. We need offshore wind farms, higher capacity factor, a different wind pattern that contributes to the stability of the system. Then we have interconnected pipelines, interconnected systems. The greater the market and the greater the space where we can exchange energy, then we can leverage that. It's all about the stability of prices and exports. And of course, as the minister said, we need to put in place an advanced system for demand response. This is a rule-based principle. It's also a question of technology. We'll get there. It all boils down to what we can do to deal with the variability. In terms of a short-term, inter-day differentiation, we have batteries, we have pumped storage, and there are projects in place. When we look at the long-duration storage, differentiation, long duration variability is actually what we're looking at. Well, as a country, we have a low carbon dispatchable energy, water. We do not possess 80 to 100% waters as other countries do, but we can look at how we can harness water as a battery or as a backup when other energies are not there. And of course, natural gas for the time that we will be using that. To our understanding, the main question here is, and of course there is a minimum factor, that is the system stability. No government would let the system collapse. We need to support it. On the other hand, we need to come up with the technology mix and the framework in order for the system stability to be affordable. Well, apologize me interrupting you. Even if you put that in place, the demand response interconnection that promote stability, well, the curtailment instrument is still kept in the mix. Well, if you look at any model of energy balance and any energy balancing model, then there is curtailment, 2% curtailment, or batteries. One would argue it would be better to have a 2% curtailment. And the models I have described are integrating. We need to do 10 things at the same time. If anyone has a one-fits-all solution, we'll be welcome to listen to them. If there were other technologies in place, nuclear, countries with nuclear power, with larger water volumes, have other technologies in place. To wrap up, it's all about how we can build a framework to keep the total cost as low as possible. System stability can be in place. Say we all switch on every appliance and then we pay for that, and this is the one way. The other way is to build a buffer to allow the system to operate. And this is the big challenge to us. There is investor interest. We need to exploit that. We need to build on that. It all goes down on how we can keep an affordable cost for energy stability. And this is actually the nitty-gritty, if you'd like. This is what we're looking for. Of course, we are in quest of such a solution. Well, what is not clear currently is the percentage up to which every solution will contribute. Batteries, water, interconnection, demand response. The exact figure is not known to us, and it is also shifting, it is also changing together with technology. But we are aware of the solutions ahead of us.